Hello everyone, welcome to today's video where today we have the MAFEX Mandalorian 2.0, version 2.0. So, this is my second favorite, Star Wars character, and I don't think they'll ever make my first in, MAFEX or SH Figure Arts. I'll have to stick with the Black Series, and my first favorite character from Star Wars is Commander Cody. Now, on a good day, I'd say you could flip these around, so honestly, I'd say these are both my favorite characters. But it would be amazing to get a Commander Cody, a Commander Rex, all of them. Bly, Fives. It'd be cool to have every single clone, but for now, I got my favorite guy right here. One of my favorite guys, not my absolute favorite guy. We're going to cut that top real quick, but then we're going to look at all the side. You got the legal stuff, you got more of the figure, got more of the figures back, and this is a hefty box. So for me, it was between this and the Chrome version, but the Chrome version is like $20 more, and I think it comes with a lot less. So, and I'd be more scared to damage that one. So I feel like this one works really well. And you actually get a pretty cool background in there. They put a background on something that's not the Hush line. That's pretty good to see. And you get the instructions, which I know these are all basically just for that stupid gun feature, which I want you to know, if you watch this video, just know that will not be happening. I won't be doing the gun feature. Don't give a shit about it. I don't need the gun mounted on the back. With the certificate of authenticity, you get another one of those stands. I always forget to mention the stands, but you get the stands. Stands are like the toe joints in these figures. I always forget about both of them. I never look at the toe joints either. So you get two pretty thick trays. He's a pretty thick boy, accessory wise. So very glad to have these. They're very excited for this. This is the one. This is the figure I ordered. And I probably grew to be most excited for. At first, it was Superboy, and then I feel like just on accessories alone, Mando, he's great. I think it's probably because he's probably the biggest moneymaker for them. People love Mandalorian, at least season 1 and some of season 2. But oh yeah, and I love the Mandalorian as well. And despite the shit people like to say, I still like Pedro Pascal as well. So, if he could get standing, that's, oh my god. They never want to stand. Alright, let's get the rest of the stuff out of the package, and then we'll take a look at him. Alright, we're going to take a look at this guy, and look at all the, just the details, and he's so beautiful looking. He might be a little too clean. Now, here's my thing with this. I love this look for him, don't get me wrong. My favorite look was the season 1. My favorite look, was the season 1, episode 1 look. That more gunslinger cowboy look. That is my favorite Mando look, and I pray and hope that they do a version of that in MAFEX. I don't know if they've done that yet, but even if they have, I would like a 2.0 because this figure is so awesome that I could just imagine them doing my favorite version of him, and it would just be so cool. And yeah, it just looks great. You got the chipping, on the paint on some areas that have paint, like some of the blue parts. Well, just really that blue part, but it's not quite dirty enough. I would still like to see a little bit dirtier, but most Star Wars figures I could say that for. He just looks awesome, and I'm so glad to have him in the collection. You get all those bits and bobs all over him. You got the gauntlets, you got the gun holster. There's like a strap back there. I think you unplug that. Yeah, that's probably what you unplug for the gun, but once again, I will not be doing that because I don't give a shit about the gun. I will have him hold the gun maybe. The gun's cool, but I'm not going to be spending 50 minutes fiddling with something I don't really give a shit about. You got the wired cloth cape, and this is, I think, only my second figure with a cape. It's really more of a scarf, but you know what I mean. This and Eradicator are the only two MAFEX figures I have with a cape at all. And then, I guess technically, there's the Gambit. He was my very first one with any cloth goods, but that's not really a cape. Alright, next we're going to get into accessories. So for accessories, we'll do the head sculpts first, just because that's what a lot of people are looking for in those. And for number 1, you get this alternate head sculpt, which is really just You get the flashlight there. So if you wanted to donate this to like a Black Series, because I know those head sculpts kind of suck, you totally could. So just put that up there. You can do it for diorama piece, whatever you want. And then you have the Pedro head. Now for the Pedro head, he comes with an extra neck, so you're gonna have to pull the neck and then pop it down in there. So you actually get the, and that's not a bad likeness for Pedro. I also like it that you can make him hold the helmet now because of that. I don't think that's a bad Pedro likeness, honestly. I think that looks a lot like him. So if you wanted to use this for like a, pin some gray up in there, you could do it better. Maybe make your own MAFEX Fantastic Four. Remember Pedro? Sorry if you hear any loud noises in the background. That's my cat. Alrighty, yeah, so I'll probably keep the Pedro head on him for now, because it's just a good likeness, and I like it on him. And then for, you get the jetpack, which is really nice, and you get an extra back plate for it, which, that's cool and all. I don't really know if you need it on there. That's what it would look like on the body. I'm not really going to take that off right now because I'm not really needing the jetpack on him at the moment. I don't want to get into all that stuff right now. And then you get two of the guns, the rifles. You get the one for, I think this is the one, yeah, this is the one that you put on the back. It has the strap into it. Stupid, dumb idea. I hate the way they do that shit. This is the one that you don't need, or maybe, no, this is the one that you strap because it has the peg. This is the one you don't strap. Okay, so this is the one I'll be using. This one, maybe you can cut the strap off of it and just not matter, because it doesn't really matter, honestly. You kind of didn't even need to do that. You could have just had it to where it plugged into there, but whatever. And then you get the Beskar, spear, which is cool to have. I'm really happy to have this. I love the Beskar spear. I think it's a really cool weapon. And then you get his sidearm, which is cool. And that one, it shocks me because this is an import, actually goes into the holster. They usually do like the fake holsters where it fakes it, and then they include just like an extra gun. They didn't do that with this, which is pretty cool. And it looks flush. It looks nice. And then, oh yeah, for that rifle. Sorry, my cousin just came in. I had to pause the recording. But, well, where was I? You get the effect for the actual rifle. I think it would go, I actually don't know how it would go on. Like that, maybe? Yeah, like that. It's kind of curved. I don't know. I think what I would do is something like, just not put both loops in to make it less curved, but it looks a little weird. Like this? Maybe it's more like, yeah, it's kind of more like that, I think. But either way, it looks too curved. It looks kind of weird. Don't know if I'm a big fan of that. And then for the jetpack, you get, I'm sorry this is a little disjointed the way I'm doing this. You get these, and they go in there, and they're just little things that just go on there, and, they look very Marvel Legends-ish. That's to say they look kind of cheap, so, yeah, that's what I would say about those. That's a little weird to take out, I feel like. I would be a little bit wary to take these in and out, but yeah. I thought these were, okay, they are kind of on, no, they're really not. But that looks fun. And then you get probably the coolest Mandalorian weapon. You get the hilt of the dark sword, or dark saber. And then you get the actual dark saber, and oh, it's so cool. It does look a little bit cheap. I wish it was kind of like more, fluorescent and clear, but it will look cool in the hands. And speaking of hands, you get a plethora of those. I mean, you also get this. This goes to the stupid ass rifle gimmick. I don't care about that. But speaking of hands, you get trigger finger hands, which these are more angled, so I think these would go to this. And then you get other trigger finger hands, which are a little thicker. Well, no, these are more angled too. So these probably go to the rifle. These probably go to the handgun. But you could probably swap the handgun one. You could probably do whatever you want with the handgun because it's a little smaller. And then you get, I believe this is Beskar spear holding hands. Or this one is Beskar spear holding hands. This one would probably be Darksaber. Okay, so there's that. You get pointer finger hands like, hey Grogu, get the hell back over here. Stop being a dumbass. These are the knife hands. I don't see the knife anywhere in here though. I don't know if I got the knife. I'll have to look around. I think these are to hold the knife. So hopefully it's on the body then. And then you get more relaxed hands, or you could probably use them as holding the weight of the weapon hands. And then these are also holding the weight of the weapon hands, more so than the other ones, but you could fake it with the other ones. These are splayed out hands. And then you get gauntlet stuff. So you get the whistling birds, and then you get the fire, so you can shoot those out of the gauntlets. I don't really want to take the gauntlets out because I saw Robo's review and they come out way too easily, so be warned of that. And then you do get this, which is a grappling hook. I don't know how they actually mounted the grappling hook in the promo photos. I think most people have the same opinion of it, that it doesn't really have any place to go, I feel like. Yeah, there's really no place for it to be, so, you know, MAFEX, what the hell. Then last but not least, well, least to me, because that's a character I don't like. You get little Grogu in a bag. He's got a little happy face in there. He's kind of, you know, he's kind of cute as far as this little demon goes. It's not a character I'm quite fond of. And then you get the actual character. And it does look nice for what it is. You get a little articulation, I believe. Yeah, you get a little articulation down in there. You even get little hand articulation. You get head articulation. And yeah, I know SH Figure Arts did like a whole like cloth. And then you get actual leg movement and stuff down there. But for what he is in the show, they literally just throw him around when he's doing shit. This works. Like, this is, you know, you don't need the crazy. And you get to do this option as well. So what you can do is pop the head off both. And then you can have happy little baby Grogu on here. And have him down there. Or I think more serious Grogu would probably go inside of the satchel, because like he's on a mission and they're running around. And I think it would be cool if they came with a pram one of these days. He like got a pram because, you know, Grogu has the pram. But yeah, you could totally, yeah, that looks pretty cool. And then yeah, for articulation, you got just the normal stuff. You can go pretty good punching poses. We'll pull the Grogu back out. You get pretty good head movement. Torso is going to be a little limited because he's in the armor. That's going to come out now, so I'm going to have to glue that. I think that's definitely going to have to be glued by the end of this. Yeah, that's going to have to be glued. But yeah, you get okay. For a guy in a like suit of armor, it's not quite as a full suit of armor, but you know what I mean. It's like a heavy pads and stuff. Kick up to about there, but you can like shift it to look a little normal. You got hinge, you know, single joint down there, like a ball joint down here, I believe. There might be a hinge, toe joint, and yeah, that's everything. So I don't think he does come with a knife. I don't know, because that's the knife down there molded in. So I don't think he comes with a knife at all. So I don't think I'm missing an accessory like I thought it was. And we're going to put the helmet back on because that's the look. I mean, that's the whole thing. That's our Mandalorian, man. That's our Mando. Even though Mando's a slur, I don't know why he lets everyone call him that. Mando is a slur if you watch Clone Wars and stuff. So. Okay, that head doesn't want to go back on. Give me 1 second. That was a bit of a weird struggle to get on him. And I also didn't mention these are on a hinge. You could probably have been able to tell by the way I was playing with it. That arm popped right out of the socket. Fuck. This is kind of why MAFEX scare the shit out of me. They like to just pop apart sometimes, so it's a little scary. But you get him in just like a standing pose and he just looks badass, so he's a cool figure. I'm glad to have this guy in my collection. I don't know if this is gonna be a gateway to any buying the Luke and the IG-88 and the Ahsoka, all those. But if they did an OT line for the MAFEX, I totally would pick up a Han, Chewie, Leia, R2, C-3PO. I mean, I'm probably going to pick up the SH Figure Arts version of Han, C-3PO, and R2. And then the MAFEX Luke, and then the other two, Chewbacca and Leia, will probably be Hasbro, because those new Hasbro figures of them, they're pretty cool. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you liked this dumbass review of mine, and yeah, I hope everyone's safe and doing well out there. Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye. And I actually totally forgot to do size comparisons, so we were gonna impromptu do some size comparisons up here where I was gonna take the thumbnail. So for size comparisons, we have Commander Cody from the Black Series. And then I have the DC Icons old, like, Nightwing. So that's what they look like up there. And then we have the MAFEX Spider-Man. And we'll do another character. We'll do a Fortnite character since all of these are in Fortnite. Go like that. And then we'll do the Cammy from Jaded Toys. And this is the Jazzwares Durburger Beef Boss. And then the new MAFEX Superboy. And since he's also got a cape, Eradicator. And then, who else? We'll do the new MAFEX Bane, because he's a beast and he's freaking awesome. And then, you know, I guess if you want to use her as an alien, you could use her as an alien. We got the MAFEX Hush Poison Ivy. So, yeah. Alrighty, everyone. That is the review. That is the overview, whatever you want to call it. We got him looking tough as hell, and yeah, this is gonna be the thumbnail. Boy, I think this is how I'm gonna start doing the thumbnails. There's a lot of cat hair on this background, but there's cat hair everywhere, and there's gonna be even more because I'm getting a new kitten soon. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye again.